Hello everyone and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society, the Emperor's Challenge. We are having a decent job here, 74 points to 40 now when we were actually 1 point behind the last episode. So we've made great progress there, mostly thanks to this particular research paper. One treasure hunt every time you find a treasure has been very, very valuable for us. We do have a little bit of research right now and I'd really like to get some more supplies. Let's go ahead and just jump to that. And we are short of getting our last tree kitted out here. But chances are I'm not going to be able to afford much from this shop anyway. We should probably grab it at some point, but I'm not in a hurry. Put it that way. Alright, well one thing we should do is level up our characters. Okay, Hildegard can get Diplomat Negotiations, or Naturalist Astronomy, and we'll just take Negotiations, make her a slightly better diplomat. And Pedrino can take Survivalist Cooking, making him a very, very good Survivalist. This will also be good if we decide to go to Lost Island. Survivalists are very useful there. Let's see here. What would we like to do next? I think the next thing to do is probably spend some of our status. We only have 3 entourage shops right now, which is a little weak. So let's see what we can get here. Athlete Stamina? Alright. This would be good for our quest. Diplomat Languages or Rogue Sneaking, but we already have Diplomat Languages. And Rogue Sneaking is not something that's going to be useful for any of our characters. Beguiler Astonishing, technically we put that on a Pedrino, but he only has 1 level of Beguiler. And we don't have anyone with Engineer. That leaves Athlete Stamina or Quick Thinker Nimble, both of which, no, actually already has Athlete Stamina, so that just leaves Quick Thinker Nimble as a possibility there. Well, we'll come back to that because that's pretty expensive just for something we don't really care about. We passed by most of the trees on our way to get 1 treasure hunt every time you resolve an encounter in an attitude of choice, which was very, very nice. And it's a little late to grab, in my opinion, to grab these 2 extra for 300, unless we have a bunch of status left and nothing else to do with it. Let's pass on that for a second as well. And we'll go back to our original entourage shop. Alright, what do we got here? Rogue Mischief or Surprise. No rogue, no real reason to do that. Beguiler Sense of Humor or Storytelling. And our Beguiler is pretty weak. And Naturalist Classical Physics or Biology. Well, we only have a 1 level of Naturalist as well. But it may not be a bad idea to fix that. I mean, Naturalist might be nice. Okay. Let's give Hildegard Biology. There we go. How about our second option here? Tenacious or Smashing for Athlete. Already has both of them. Diplomat Etiquette or Customs. Does not have Customs, so that could be good. Spotting and Camping. Does not have Camping. Yes, does not have Camping. Alright. Well, I wouldn't mind having either of these, actually. Both of them would be nice. We already have a level 5 Survivalist, and we only have a level 3 Diplomat, so let's do the Diplomat. Makes sense, since we appear to be having a little bit of trouble leveling her in Diplomat right now. There we go. And let's look at our 3rd level. Go ahead and level it up. Engineer, Quick Thinker, or Tactician. Well, Quick Thinker is probably the obvious one. Let's check out our shop real quick and look at the grappling hook, because I always forget what the grappling hook has on it. Nimble and Escape Artist. Okay, he doesn't have either of those yet. Let's go ahead and just level that up and give him that. There we go. And then we'll go back to our entourage shop. And we can still give him reflexes. There we go. Okay, so he's gone from a level 2 Quick Thinker to a level 5 Quick Thinker in very short order. Alright, and then we have Double's Original Collect and Treasure Hunt, gained from Insight, Double's Original Campaign and Secret, gained from Insight, or Double's Original Study or Discovery. And we do actually have enough to grab one of these. We're only going to be able to spend insight twice more, so the question is that worth it? It's a lot of status to spend for not very much reward, actually. Not only would you spend 1,000 here, but 150 just to upgrade it to that point. So I don't think that's probably the best choice. Instead, I think I'd rather work on Campaign Token Master. Let's just grab a few more lobbyists. If we can. And I'm aware this is going to spend a lot of resources really, really quickly. Ooh, okay. 38. So I could definitely use one more. I don't know if we can actually... Well, maybe here. Nope, that only unlocks more journalists and traders. Okay. Well, let's do that then. Okay, there we go. There's one more. Will that do it? Yes, barely. Okay, we did get to Campaign Token Master. Awesome. So our Campaign Token now is giving us 25 to 46 status, 2 to 4 research, and 1 to 2 gold. Pretty good. Considering it started at 10 to 15 gold, or 10 to 15 status, and now it's up to 25 to 46. That's pretty nice. Yeah, can't complain about that. All right. Let's check out our new shop. 10 spirit, naturalist classical physics, and 5 attack power. Rogue, don't care about. Survivalist spotting. Do we have? We have spotting. All right. Athlete smashing. I believe we have athlete smashing already. Yep. Engineer, piloting, and tinkerer. We don't have an engineer. Athlete stamina, which we already have. Survivalist navigation, we already have as well. Too bad. That's an excellent item. Adjacent allies gain 20 armor in encounters. Pretty nice. Engineer, 2 archaeologist perks, and 2 diplomat perks, which unfortunately she already has both of. Of course, the buff here does not give her much either. 20% speech hit chance and 20 attack hit chance. Not that great, honestly. Okay. Well. Let's go back to our specialty books here. We do have enough to give someone else a master book of Bedazzling this time, and we are going to give that to Hildegard. And let's see. We cannot quite afford to get another book, master book of Bedazzling, but if we spend some insight, we would be able to. We need 400. We'd actually only need about 385 because we'll sell the regular book that Hojo is currently carrying. 50 to 75 gold. That would do it right there. We'd eventually get to it here too, but it would take us 2 insight. I think I'd rather just spend 1 insight at this point. Let's just grab enough to get our book. There we go. We wouldn't even have to sell the book now. Of course we will. The old book, this one, Exploring for Dummies. But of course we will. There's no reason to hang on to it. And we'll get another master book of Bedazzling here. There we go. Okay. Very good. So everyone has a master book. Hildegard and Pedrino are not carrying any trinkets whatsoever. I guess there just hasn't been too much for them. I could always give Pedrino Beguiler, Seduction, and Beautiful Smile. I mean, that wouldn't be bad. But we are out of gold at the moment. But something to keep in mind for next time, I guess. Survivalist hunting? Doesn't have that one. That would be decent too. And naturalist chemistry, of course, could go to Hildegard if we wanted. So there are some options still for getting some stuff for our characters. But we're out of gold for now. So we do have 200 status left. And we did say that if we had extra stats, nothing to do with it, we'd come back here and grab something else. I think from this shop. Yes, either an extra study whenever you resolve an encounter friendly, or an extra collect. In this case, let's take the collect. We were just talking about wanting a little bit more gold. There we go. Okay, not bad. And we just need a little bit more research, and we can actually afford this last equipment shop. And that will give us a really interesting place to spend some of our gold next time. Okay. Let's choose our next expedition. I think we're pretty much ready. Alright. Merged Island, Transylvania, and the Anagargic Archipelago. The Anagargic Archipelago is one that I've been going to quite a bit because it has bonuses for both aggressive and friendly characters, which is nice, but that also means that you're guaranteed to run into something you don't handle very well. Because let's think about this. If you are a friendly character and this place is good for you, then that means it should have devious and friendly encounters, right? Because friendly is good against devious and neutral against friendly. But if it's good against aggressive, then it would have to have friendly and aggressive encounters, because aggressive is good against friendly and neutral against aggressive. And if either of those are true, then the other one has something there that they're not good against. Either friendly is not good against aggressive, which is neutral for aggressive, or aggressive is not good against devious, which is positive for friendly. So yeah, I'm not sure. So every time I've gone to Anagargic Archipelago, regardless of your team, you end up in some combats that are bad for you, essentially, which is a risk. Our other big problem right now, even though it does have the golden stats we want, is we don't have the Archaeologist, we don't have the Rogue, and we don't have a Tactician. The only one here that we have is the Survivalist, which is a little unfortunate. Especially because I know there's things here that I haven't unlocked yet. In fact, multiple things that I have not unlocked yet, and I have never seen and would like to. So let's think about that for a second. Transylvania is obviously nice. Diplomat, Beguiler, Engineer, Quick Thinker. The only one we don't have is the Engineer. Status and Research, okay. Not terrible. We did not unlock the Transylvania statue, but that's alright. That's an option. And then the Emerged Island, which has a lot of gold and research. Plenty of stuff for archaeologists to do, which would be a problem because we don't have one. But we do have every character necessary for nature challenges, so there's a positive and a minus there. At this point, sort of mentally, I'm considering between Transylvania and the Anagargic Archipelago. One advantage of Transylvania is we haven't gone there in a while. However, Anagargic Archipelago has stuff that we haven't unlocked. And I think that probably, even though I might normally go for the Transylvania just because it's been a while since I've been there, I think that it might be nice to keep trying to unlock stuff in the Archipelago. Especially because I know there's stuff that I haven't even seen. And you know what? In theory, we want to keep filling out our treasure tracker. So yeah, so I think we will go to the Anagargic Archipelago. Let's check it out. The majority of fights here are friendly, which is neutral for us. And there is the occasional combat that has a mix of devious and aggressive birds, and those are gonna be the ones where we have a little bit of trouble. But I think we can manage it. The big problem is going to be no Archaeologist, no Rogue, and no Tactician. And that is going to become a problem very, very quickly. But we'll see what we can do. Ravelo got another point. 40 points behind now. I'm not too concerned. We've basically doubled his points, which sounds sometimes more impressive and sometimes less impressive. Have you ever thought about that? I'm sure you have. But if someone has 1 point and another person has 2, you're like, oh, I have double your points. It's like, well, whoop-de-doo for you. You can get 1 more point to be even with you. But if one of you has 1 point, or 40 points, the other one has 80, like in this case, that's a little bit more impressive, because 40 points is a little bit harder to come by than 1, clearly. And yes, I'm aware it's not 40 and 80. This is not technically double. For 82 would be double. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, okay? The crew looks up to where Bobo was going to explore and sees that he went to the Anagargic Archipelago. I just like saying Anagargic Archipelago. It has a nice ring to it. Okay, we're going to ask the locals for a location of a stupa because, again, as I've talked about before, I would really like to activate one symbol of each type. I've never done that. And And I haven't had the option to the last couple times, because we haven't found 3 stupas. But there may be 2 right here. 2 odd events. Let's take a look. Okay. The crew is quietly cruising on the swimming Albatross II. Who named that? When Padrino notices a weird structure below the water's surface, Hildegard decides the crew should go for a small dive. We should probably send Hojo, that's our athlete, good at holding his breath. An ancient stupa. It might have sunk into the ocean, but you can still reach it. There are 3 symbols. Which one do you want? And we'll just go down the list. Let's start with the tiger. The crew feels like they experienced an encounter. 1 experience point each, and 3 encounter tokens. The crew rises back up to the boat. Pretty spectacular to find such a building underneath the surface. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm probably going to just leave that brief pause in the video. It was pretty brief. I was just checking to see what the cats were up to. There was some very interesting sounds coming from the other room. And after last night, I'm sort of in a paranoid mood. But it's one of those typical things where you go out into the next room, and the cats are just sitting on the carpet staring at you. Which is a very good sign that they were up to something. Because if they were not up to something, they would have been sleeping, or using the scratching post, or something. But the fact that they're both just sitting in the middle of the floor, staring at you as you walk into the room, is a very, very good sign that something is up and you just don't know what it is. Alright, the blue turtle, yeah. The crew magically got 6 collect, okay, cool. And we're looking for 1 more stupa. We'll see if we can get there. Priests of the temple surround an ancient ruin. Strangers, have you already heard of the trance free mug? Okay, here we go. We apparently rejected their free mug with such vigor that we are just going to go straight into combat. Pretty good rewards here for finishing friendly. And they give you us a tour. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. But I guess that's what we're signing ourselves up for. Alright, what do we got here? Now, I would love to take out the Master of Trance. I tend to have trouble with them. They have those AoEs that are very annoying. Huh. 40 speech defense and 0 armor. So hitting her should do a lot, but it really doesn't seem to be. That does a lot, though. Hojo's speech right now is 57, which is pretty impressive. Okay, you know what? I just want to get rid of this Master of Trance. I don't like having them around. They do a lot of AoE damage. And every time I have them in a battle, they annoy me. So we're just going to take her out, even though it takes us 2 people. There we go. And Party Time would do a decent job at taking out either group over here. Yeah, we'll just... Oh, there's another Master of Trance down here, actually. So let's stay kind of away from her. Alright. So 2, whatever, acolytes, whatever you want to call them. Disciples, maybe. And then our Master of Trance. Hopefully our Master of Trance can't quite get into ranged AoE, but I wouldn't be surprised if she could. Nice miss there, because I was worried that with the AoE he might go down. Okay, she couldn't get in range. Cool. Oh, pretty nice damage there from Madrino. Alright, Hildegard can't quite take him out. But Hojo can. That extra speech damage that he has from being excited now puts him up to 78 speech. Pretty good. Not as good as that one mission I had. I forget exactly what the circumstances were of that mission, but there was a mission that I was in an aggressive party where I ended up with over 100 attack at one point. I think it was on either Harrier or Hatise. That was pretty awesome. Okay, not too bad there damage-wise. We'll just finish off this Master of Trance real quick. Okay, that was a very strong run as I remember correctly. Alright, didn't get on my Inconvincible, so Ravelo is technically gaining ground on us. But we did get our treasure hunt, which will work toward our treasure hunt spotter. We were just looking at this weird mural. It surely has some secret meaning, but we can't figure it out. We're probably not going to be able to either, because we don't have an archaeologist. We would get a free treasure if we do. You know what? Let's use our tool. If we fail, we'll get the tool back, so no big deal. And I would like to get this treasure. Ah, looks like we're going to succeed. Nice. I think we've had this before, but hey, it's a treasure, and I'm happy to have it. And 2 treasure hunts. It's a secret instruction. Hildegard reads it and presses a seemingly unimportant flower motif somewhere else, and alright, the secret compartment opens to contain a beautiful treasure. What a lucky find, and a discovery to boot. Nice. Now we're at 82 to 42, and almost finished with our treasure hunt spotter again, which will give us 14 points, which I'm very excited about. Alright, let's, you know what, let's go here. Okay, nothing exciting. Lots of empty nodes in the Anagogic Archipelago, typically. Look how big this island is. Look how much there's to explore. We're gonna have trouble getting to all of it. Which is why we've had so much trouble getting 3 stupas in a single run. It's a big island, and even with the amount of supplies we have, which is 15, which is pretty good, we're really gonna struggle to see most of the island. Hey, the hidden hoard! Wow, that was unlikely. And we will take a treasure hunt and just finish off our treasure hunt spotter. There we go. Now we are officially more than double Ravelo's points. 96. Now our record for points, by the way, we checked this last time, or 2 times ago, was 128. We're getting close to that already. Another treasure hunt spotter or 2 will do it. It would be cool if this actually exceeded our previous record. Okay, etiquette course, work the wits. An encounter for each level of tactician, begather, or quick thinker. Currently 6 encounter. It's not too bad. All crew members gain diplomat etiquette. We'll probably discard that now because Hildegard has etiquette. I should have figured that out before, but I didn't check. So, campaign or collect? And you know what? Let's just take the campaign. Campaign's worth so much to us right now. Pedrino has the idea of holding an oratory contest. The one who can retell your current adventures in the most exciting way will win the obligatory expedition cake. Everyone tells the story with great charisma, but Pedrino quite literally takes the cake. It's probably the reason why he won the contest to begin with. Indeed. I am currently doing a Warhammer 40k, what I'm going to call D&D group. Obviously, if it's Warhammer 40k, it's not in D&D, but people know what you mean when you say you're doing a D&D group. But the universe we are using is Warhammer 40k, and we are currently in the party of a rogue traitor traveling around. And one of the things we are doing is every session we vote as a group on who has roleplayed the most effectively or the best. And that person gets a special event that they can trigger whenever they want in the next campaign or the next session. And I got it last time. I got that bonus last time we played, and I got a special bonus that allows me to basically call on my contacts to bring in some guardsmen for any one fight that I choose. Kind of cool. So kind of like that contest is seeing who can tell the best story. We have a contest every time we have a session of who can roleplay their character most effectively or most accurately. The sea gave the crew enough time to appraise all kind of little baubles they found on their journey. Some are still worth something, but we did get a free mug. There is some supplies over here. Probably grab that. Yep, Fishing Frenzy, 3 supplies, puts us back up to 10. Very nice. Now, we did find the Horde, so we don't have to look at these empty nodes anymore. We're just going to look for a stupa, hopefully. A merchant ship. What are you up to, trying to steal our goods? Sure, Hojo looks a bit thuggish. Well, that's not very nice. But let's not jump to conclusions, and Hildegard can diplomatically ease the tension without a problem. And Hojo switched sides, apparently. Okay. Oh, after the captain is out drunk by Hojo, he shares some secrets. That's why. Okay, good job, Hojo. Sure. Let's go over here, see if we can get some supplies from this nature challenge. If you're not going to eat something different right now than fish, Hojo might go crazy. Okay. Well, Padrino can do his best. Ooh. Oh, I thought we were going to get really unlucky there. Padrino hunts down a wild boar, and the crew has a true feast. It's delicious, but Hojo feels a bit bad for eating so much meat. Okay. Personally, my wife is not happy unless there is meat included in her meals. She cannot have vegetarian meals. It's not a problem for me. I can honestly have the occasional vegetarian meal and not really notice. It oftentimes doesn't even occur to me that there isn't meat involved. For instance, I used to eat ravioli a lot, just cheese ravioli, and just with just some grated pepper on top and some Parmigiano Reggiano. And that's all I wanted. And no sauce or anything. I didn't need it. And you know that was technically vegetarian. But yeah, she cannot deal with it if there is a meal without some sort of protein. Not even protein, some sort of meat. It has to be meat. Very interesting. Activate the green Komodo dragon. All right, there's all three. Okay, so apparently, if you activate one of each, nothing happens. That's a little bit of a letdown. Huh. So you're really encouraged to focus, I guess. Interesting. Unless there's a fourth one somewhere? Maybe. We'll probably won't get to see it. We are at 10 out of 15. I don't know, maybe. We can try. We'll see what happens. These priests are managing some resources for a nearby temple. We could try to steal some of them, but we don't have any real chance of getting that. So let's just take a collect and a mug and move along. Did finish our technique challenge there. A small box is floating in the ocean. Okay. We don't have an archaeologist, so we can't really appraise this. So we'll just take the campaign. Maybe this is another stupa? There's something odd here. Another stupa. All right. So we've already activated one of each. You know what? I liked the blue turtle. That gave us some gold. Let's do that again. The currents tell the crew about a sunken treasure. All right. Oh, man. All the way down there? Really? That's a little awkward. Oh, we can go there immediately. Yes, yes. Go, 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 go. Yes, thank you, Stupa. I love you. I mean, platonically, of course. Guided by the mystical powers of the ancient stupas, you feel a treasure hidden below the waves here. It won't be easy because the currents are strong. And platonically, not because I have anything against necessarily dating a stupa, but I am kind of spoken for, and my wife would probably murder me if I left her for an inanimate object. Just a guess on my part. I mean, I already talk to inanimate objects on a regular basis, and she thinks that's kind of weird. So, yeah, that'd probably be a little too far. Let's see what we can do. A diver who is an accomplished survivalist. All right, well, that would be Padrino. Well, okay. Should we salvage as much as possible for the treasure hunt, or just look for the main prize? I'm tempted to do the treasure hunt. I mean, that would be very nice for treasure hunt spotter, even if we don't manage to get the treasure. But I've never seen this treasure, so yeah. And here it goes again. Game. Padrino is not female. He doesn't have to make a decision on how he wants to spend her oxygen. He has to make a decision on how he wants to spend his oxygen. Unless every character in this game is gender fluid, which is possible, I guess, but I wasn't making that assumption. That wasn't my base assumption about all these people. Yeah, oh well. I'm really tempted to take the treasure hunt, but I probably shouldn't. He is a good survivalist. I mean, survivalist 5. You know what? Let's take the treasure hunt. Time is running out. The last thing to explore is the hold of the ship. Okay, so we still have a 71% chance, but we lose 2 resolve if we fail. Ouch. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have stopped to take that treasure. Oh my gosh, I got lucky. Wow, that was a little, a little exciting. The extra risk was not for naught. Inside the hold, Padrino makes a great find, an ancient Chinese Ming vase. Okay, this was a Chinese high-value merchant. Costly Ming. Very nice. That's a treasure I've not come across before. Awesome. 4 collected in the campaign, 1 to 3 gold from collect, or 1 secret for each 2 levels of athlete or technician. That would only be 2 secret. So I think I'll take the 1 to 3 gold from collect. It's a little late to be taking something like that, but it'll still help. With just enough strength left, Padrino emerges near the crew. The crew is amazed by Padrino's findings. What a privilege to have such an amazing explorer on the team. Cool. Okay, well that worked out. But again, activating one symbol of each type did not give us any benefit whatsoever, which is kind of sad. But activating 2 of the blue symbol did, which is kind of interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that works. We are down to 5 supplies, which makes me a little nervous. But I'm tempted to just go this way anyway, because there's 2 encounters in a row, which would be very nice. That would give us 3 supplies left. We could probably make it. I don't know, it's gonna be close. We'll see. These birds have been following your boat for hours now. You're pretty sure one of them called you Rivalo. What an insult. Now they've done it. Let's go. Okay, sorry, I'm back. The cats have been in fine form this morning. Or this afternoon, I suppose it is. They were fighting each other, which isn't the end of the world. I just wanted to make sure nothing else was going on. Alright, we do need a little bit more power on Padrino if he is going to be able to take these guys out in one shot. So you know what? Let's come over here. We can take this one out in one shot, so let's do it. I was tempted to go into devious mode to give Padrino 6 extra speech. But instead, I'm just gonna buff him with Hildegard and hope that that's enough. Because being able to take out the one that was over there with one shot and not have him behind us is pretty valuable. Okay, this probably won't work, but we'll give it a try. Nope, that's alright. We'll finish him off next turn. Padrino has quite a bit of grit. He should dodge some of these. We should probably get him a pair of boots from the special trinket shop, the secret trinket shop, if we can. Next time when we unlock that. Wow, 4 attacks on Padrino. 3 of the 4 missed. I think that was a little bit luckier than we had any right to be. Yeah, 32% chance, and 3 of the 4 of them hit it. Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. We've never used the enough attack. It does nothing if the opponent is friendly. And it's extra good if the opponent is aggressive. But it's not an AoE or anything, it's just a single attack. So oftentimes, his speech, which is 64, is better than a 41 for enough. Yeah, just the way it works sometimes. Alright, let's bring Padrino back over here. Be a little bit safer. Although he healed up because he was standing on the healing square too, so he's pretty healthy. And we'll just take out these 2 birdies. So this is technically our... well, not technically. This is our easy fight, our devious fight with a friendly crew. And as you can see, it's going just fine. The ones we'll have to worry about is if we get into a combat with an aggressive crew. But I don't think there's that many of them. There's the occasional aggressive bird, but the majority of the fights here seem to be devious or friendly. Can't quite take any of these out in one shot. That's kind of awkward. We can buff Hojo if I bring Hildegard down here. Now let Hojo at least take out one in one shot. There we go. And maybe Hildegard will roll high to finish off the other one. Not that it really matters. We're not in any danger of someone going down, but just for efficiency's sake. You know, I love to be really efficient. It's one of those things that I've sort of always been. It's something that got me in trouble a lot growing up, is that I didn't want to do things that to me did not seem efficient. Yeah, is understandably that got me in trouble a lot. One of those things. Yeah, let's go to another encounter. But even today, I tend to try to do things in the most efficient way possible. And unfortunately, the world often does not allow you to do that. But you know, we survive anyway, most of the time. You know, usually. You know what? Let's just take out these two back here and be done with it. And let's see here. Hildegard can't quite actually take that out, but Hojo can. Now we do have a Master of Trance right here. We're currently pretty spread out between Hojo and Padrino, so if we can also spread out Hildegard, that would be very nice. Like that, or we could go down here. Yeah, that's not gonna take out that disciple, or priest, I should say. Priest, all right. But if I go up here, then she's exposed to this Master of Trance, but I guess that's okay. We'll start working on this one. Should be able to take out these two next turn, and then we'll just have that last Master of Trance to worry about. We are also 2 out of 3 on our Impressed challenge over here. So we'll probably try to finish that. Yep, let's do that first. There we go. That'll give us that 1 point to an even 100. Very nice. And Hojo can go ahead and just finish off this master. Dun dun. And Padrino. Padrino can actually get in range. He and Hojo can move really far because they're both scouts. All right, but he can't actually reach her with Excite. So I guess we'll just use Disarming Smile. It doesn't seem to work against people using speech attacks. It only seems to work against aggressive opponents. But it does some damage at least. Okay. And just work on her a little bit more. Now, we've already been doing this episode for 37 minutes, which is a little longer than I normally like to go. And we still have the final battle to do, but we are getting close. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to finish out the video in this session. It'll be a little bit of a longer one. That's happened a couple times lately. Okay, here we go. You actually convinced them that their god doesn't sound like a lot of fun. You're right. What cruel god needs to sacrifice the funny people of this beautiful world for his own lulz? We're going to look for a new spiritual way. Okay, that's upsetting. There are some supplies here, and we did get our new treasure hunt spotter. Only one left for 18 points. Let's go ahead and get some supplies. Oh, an epic encounter. Okay, you know what? We're going to cut the episode off right here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please put a like on it if you did. Please subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And next time we'll go to this epic encounter and then finish it off. Yeah. Check out my Twitter, by the way, if you want to see news on the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.